Alright, I'm gonna tell y'all about the astral world so y'all get a good understanding. You know, it's the dream world. If you in the astral world, you're in the dream world. You're also in the world of everything that ever was, the universal conscious mind. This is also like a belt that's around our solar system that leads into the abyss. So now, look at it like this. If you go in the astral world, you're going to have many different experiences. There's different peoples that is from different species, from different constellations. So you could have encounters with bug things, and these bug beings is not just bug beings. You'll see them like if you go underwater. A lot of people have experiences in the astral world or in the dream world where it starts off or they're underwater or you dive into some water. And if you go under there, you're being summoned by somebody from Atlantis and Lemuria. And you will see down there, you have like crab looking thing, lobster looking things. You'll see them crawling while you having like maybe waves of like seaweeds going around as you go through. Now, you know, some people could control their up and down, but mostly you're gonna be on the ground level until you know how to ascend up and down and control your panning. So you will travel through these places like if you was in a first-person driver game, just driving through, but you're underwater. You know you're underwater, you'll see it. Now it's gonna be kind of cloudy because it's a very funny image. You have to stay in a lucid freeze dream where you're looking only straight, but you use only your perception. You never flicker your eyes to the left or right. You use your perception of your mind to see. So once you're able to do that, you will see you go from there to meet another world. That part of it where you underwater, it's like you're leaving yourself, you're leaving your world, you're leaving your field. And you know, you will see the leaves and the trees or the silhouette of the seaweed, and you will just fade for a minute. Most of the time when this happens, a person will pass out or fall into deep sleep and reawaken in another world, a room, over another city, something of that sort. And this is where their tests begin. You know, usually when you go there now, you're going to encounter, you know, if you don't have a mental projection is when ancestors send you symbols and colors and vibrations, and you overlay it with images you're familiar with, such as, you know, cars, trees, family, stuff like that. Or you could see the raw data if you could able to phantom it. But people's mind is different. You got two of you. You're not just yourself. You have the original you that's inside of it. The one that is you is the one who jumped into the physical body and locked yourself in there and don't want to participate. But if you come out, you got four other yous. These four other yous now is ran by what's called your soul. Your soul, put it like that, is unlimited lives, and it's multiple pieces. It's a hologram that could be divided up unlimitedly. And we all share it. The earth, the stars, the universe shares the same soul. But it takes on the characteristics of the person depending on the characteristics of the person in the physical world. Now, the soul itself, though, is one pure energy, and it's a being. That it's your experiences that it's experiencing at that moment, so it only could do but so much. So it's up to you now to help and evolve with the soul. How you do that is you going in the astral world, you're going to learn how to do what the soul do. Believe it or not, when you're chilling, when you're like how I be saying, the kids is just chilling, you playing with a little toy. They in another world with that toy. They gone. They in the astral world. So this astral world don't stop. It's 24/7, always running. You drifting back and forth. You go to many different worlds. That's why we daydream or don't pay attention or don't remember what we're doing, because we're not literally here. So those worlds is the worlds that you're always at. And that's the ones you interact with. So you have parts of your souls all over these places. And you have to learn now to awaken it, to keep yourself consciously here. So by you awakening yourself and being consciously here, you unite yourself with all those souls. You start having these weird projections and these visions and, having these encounters, but they're not really nothing of that sort. What you're really having is all your souls coming back, because when your soul drop, it don't drop like you just dropped on earth. It dropped in many places at once, and then you have random frequencies that cuts across. Yes, Barbara. So you got random frequencies too that happen. So you have parallel universes upon universes taking places from these random frequencies. So you would look like, if you was to drop, you would drop more like on a graph of in different constellations, different dimensions, different colors, and they're all having one experience, with you, the physical, being the key or the root, the anchor to all of them, but they're all there. They're all connected to your navel. So your job would be try to experience some of their experience, try to remember, so you can have your memory back, your soul memory, because your soul he knows all of those things. And your astral, when you assume the soul, you go visit one over here, one over there, do this over there, and the soul could do everything. But as the master, you could grasp the soul and control the soul. Not control it because the soul control you. Unite yourself with the soul. This will make you have memory of things that is in other lives, and those other parallels. Sometimes you'll even flash and go to those worlds. Sometimes you'll dream and go there. Or like me, all of them come together like a collage for me. I could do with a mirror thing where I go in the mirror and I could summon all my souls, and I will see all my souls come together in a big collage. And events that I encountered in my life, I see them. They like smoke events, like radio signals all mushed in together. And if I focus in on one, I could tune in. Not just tune in, I could see like maybe somebody riding a bicycle, or a man on a horse, or slaves picking up some cotton or something. It's like a faded ghost image embedded over images over image, and I just tune in, and I could single it out with the magnetic field of my pineal, and it highlight it. And if I could highlight it and focus strong enough, it becomes now a full image that is just now in my face. And I'm like literally there watching it. And the person is like this close to me. So now it's like I sneak through and I push myself into that world. And I'm in that world. I'm in the scene. If he's riding a horse, now it's me on the horse like this. You understand? So I'm like, what the fuck? And I do that all the time, and I learned this world. So if I'm learning all of this, and I'm telling you this is possible. And you could also hear when you go in there. You could smell. Sometimes you could just peek in and smell, and you could peek in and hear. It's hard to do because you have to maintain a certain level of mood, frequency, attitude. Everything depends on this when you're doing these type of lucid things. For me, it's not even lucid. I do that shit sitting up. I do it while you're in the back of the car talking. It's just a regular state of being for me. But I do the most experiments at night when it's like late and I'm all alone. That's when I could experiment with it and really get into it and see what I'm doing wrong as far as attitude, emotions, feelings. You learn to just control all of those things. It's all part of your Merkaba. So aside from these now, you see you got up there in the astral world, you got the whole matrix. You could collage everything that you see, everything you done had in your life, but you also have different universes up there in the astral world, like maybe 4 or 5 universes. Depending how you come in, you could come into the astral world, like right here on the scene, or you could come above the earth like a Google Earth looking down, or you could leave up the whole Milky Way and see the whole Milky Way, and you see several Milky Ways, and then you could ascend down into whichever one that, for me, I'm designated. But there is freestyle day for me where I just go in there and do what I want, which is, I don't recommend too much to do because it's really lessons. If you're up there, you're there for a reason. You just bullshit until they grab your ass and start your lessons. So they get you familiar with it first. But once you're able to see all of these things, your first thing is going to be doing is your body, yourself. That's why you have to love yourself, because a lot of people don't understand that when you're in the astral world, it's about you. And that's the first thing you have to learn, that you are the one that have the problems. And the problems is what you was cultivated with with this great lies that was perpetrated when they conquered nations. We're the last survivors of this stuff, but we was educated wrong. And if we stay sleeping on it and happy and just subservient to what's going on, soon we'll be dead too. We're gonna all be extinct like the Indians. By the time we get extinct like the Indians is gonna be something written about like the Egyptians. You know, see, this is headed for just a one world, new world order. When they said that new world order, we was the order to get rid of, and they done it quietly. Silent weapons for quiet wars. Look at us. Our numbers is getting low, not because it's no black people, but black people lost the psychology of being black. They're under mind control. You see it. That's what we call sleeping. It's not sleeping, they're under mind control. So with this, you waking up and you learn in the astral world all the lessons that you have to learn. When you go up there, it's not for you to play and just do nothing. You know, that's what I'm trying to tell you. The building of yourself start with the questioning of your reality. What you think is real. What do you believe? You know, because you already have your belief before you go in there. You're going to see some scary ass entities, and more than likely you're going to think that they're going to try to hurt you, try to eat you, try to fuck with you, take your soul, convey you to be demons. You're going to have all type of excuse of what it is. But at the end of the day, it's going to be none of that stuff. You understand what I'm saying? You're going to realize you was just misjudging everything, and you have to humble yourself. So once you're humbling yourself and you're able to go through, you're going to see the next stage is healing yourself. And so you're going to go through all your post-traumatic stress you have buried in that dark shadow I was telling you about, and clear them out. Each one of them got to come out one by one. And by you clearing them out one by one, then you have a new you, because that you is not the real you. It was repressed. It's been hurt. It's been through so much that you build up this wall and this character that is not the God-loving person that come back as the innocent Horus, the child Horus with the little piece of hair hanging, the rest of the head bald. Horus, the child with that piece of hair, signify the innocent lamb. You understand what I'm saying? The horned one. And that's you. You're the horned one, but the horn is that of the moon. You understand? You got to understand who you are. And so by you now being able to go through all this stuff and cleanse yourself, which is what it's going to take you through. It's going to look like you're meeting demons. It's going to seem like you're going through caves and mountains when you're really in your brain. In your brain, looking at it like if it's a movie or hologram with images, in your esophagus, in your heart, in your thing. You're going to be there for over a year, experiencing it though, like if you was in your aunt's house and you was on the love boat and in a plane someplace, all of that, but you're still in your body. When you finish with your body, well, the day side of your body, you got this side is the day side. The day trees renders different spirits. Might as well break it down to you. The zodiac itself, you know, it's 12 signs, 12 months. Every month, the sun go through a certain sign in the zodiac. This now is where you have your different lessons in the astral world. Each month is governed by a different zodiac sign, with him being the king. Under him, the days are governed by what's called a duke. A duke is who you're going to deal with, but then you have your hourly person during the day, which is your princes or your angels. So you have to know all the angels for the 12 o'clock shift of the day and the 12 o'clock shift of the night. They renders for each day a different one, and for each month a different king. So you have to know the system if you're in this for real, because we work with astrology and the stars. That's how we govern our movements, our lessons, and what we're learning. Each month renders new lessons, and each one is a fix you up. No matter what you think it's about, it's only about you and a fix up. And in it is everything. So once you learn that system now, then you understand the astral world a little bit. You have a teacher for the month, whatever the zodiac animal is or the sign. He could be looking like anything. He's shape-shifting to whatever he wants that your signal could pick up from your brain. you're going to do the final rendering of what that elemental energy is. So once you do that, now he's going to give you your lessons, and you're going to go through your body, and sometimes clearing out your arteries might look like you're driving a car through mountains and the steering is hard and all that, but you're connecting neurons and clearing out cells. You're in there as the purple light. You know, when they tell you about the purple light of love and all that shit, the flame to protect yourself, and the macabre, all that stuff is real. And that's how we do it. If you heal yourself in the astral world, it come down to the physical. So they're not going to let you get too far without you healing yourself first, because that's first priority. Not just your mind and psychologically, but the body too. You have to clear out all of those chakras, get everything working. So if you make it down the day side of the tree, like I just told you in reference to the zodiac, you still have, after the root chakra down by your penis or your vagina, the night side of the tree, you have to go back up the night side and meet all the chaos gods. Chaos god control from 5 o'clock in the evening to 5 o'clock the next day. These is different lessons. These is higher beings. They got harder lessons for you. It's more real. Chaos beings is the reason why by 8 o'clock everybody's on social media socializing. It's the chaos energy that makes unity, want people want to have sex, want company, want affection. All of this take care underneath the chaos god, the night side of the tree. Now, you got the day side of the tree is mostly associated with the Europeans because of its illusional ways, and it's not real. And the night side of the tree is represented by the darkness, the soul, the spirit that's inside every human being. So that's what you have to realize. The dark side is the real side, even though the lessons is harder. The dark side is the 72 goatees, where all the ones that they prayed in Voodoo is. It's all the Egyptian gods. It's also the Olympians and also the Roman gods. That's all on the night side of the tree. But they also have a double image to them. They're both benevolent and the other word that they call them, you know, benevolent, whatever it is, if I said it twice. But anyways, yeah, so those beings right there, they have a double nature. In the daytime, they under illusion, so they don't do that much training, but you will see. And at nighttime, the lessons is more real. That's how we learn. By the 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, the master come through, and that's what they call the witching hour. Everybody have to go through. That's when you astral project out your body and you go up and be ones with the God. And now after that, you wake up around 5 when the sun's magnetic field start coming back around. The energy is too strong. They still there doing their thing, but you just don't feel it that much because the light renders them inoperable pretty much. So that's how it works. So, you know, you have to get used to the circadian rhythm of yourself and the astral self. You know, you work with the moon. The moon cycle is what we work off, and the moon renders the same lessons as the sun lessons. If that's a 28-day cycle, and you got the 30 or 31-day cycle of the sun. So you will follow them both with the lessons and light your candles, know that that's what you're experiencing and they're putting you through. You never put blame into anybody for anything because they're not part of your learning. They're just an actor in it, and the ancestors and everything is the puppet master that control their thoughts and how they can interact with you. Everything's just clues to your ascension. You pay attention to everything: words, details, sounds, music, numbers, sequences. Everything is in cycles and they repeat itself. So once you catch these cycles, you'll be able to, yes brother, you'll be able to get yourself on track and know where your destiny is. Be like a prophet and prophesize and have visions and understanding. These numbers, these dreams, when you're laying down at night and you're going to have your dream or whatever, or you wake up from a dream, lay there, don't move, stay still and wait. Reminisce, try to keep as much as you can, then turn and move and get your book and write it down. But if you have a dream, don't try to just get up and try to remember. You have to stay still. The dream will stay with you as long as you don't move. As soon as you move, you're going to forget the dream. So try to wake up. When you wake up in the morning, you had a good dream. Stay in that position and keep going over it for a while. Then after that, it'll sink in. Then you'll understand more. So that will come now when you write it down. You will probably have numbers. After a while, these numbers is going to add up. Always try to find the numbers that have the same numbers in common and put the ones that's together. And the rest that's last, you can line them up like a cross in some type of way. You'll find a sequence in those numbers that's going to lead you to something, but you have to know how to save your numbers. Always write them down, write them down, and always put the ones that's the same together. You know, make them crisscross wherever the sequences is at. Well, anyways, that, and you still go up more in the astral world. That's just the basic right there for just getting into the level. You're not at no priest, no witch or nothing. The first level is witch, because you go into the underworld and you're going to get these elemental spirits on you, and you have to learn how to defend yourself. So once you pass the witch stage and all this other stage, you get to the higher stages. Once you get to the higher stages like high priest. High priest is now you respect the fact that you're not by yourself and that these beings live. You know, it's not the high priest like in the books or in the Bible. Now, they're going to try to get you to worship or follow them. We don't worship or follow because by the program code, they're supposed to do that naturally. So the whole mind state is to get yourself from feeling like, you know, it's kind of weird. It's like, you got to honor them and be respectful, but at the same time, you got to know your God. If you don't know that, they'll take advantage of you, but you can't show like think you're God either. They'll break you down. It's like a humble. When you humble yourself, they humble yourself, and everybody go to their rightful place on the line, and your place will be at the throne, and they're supposed to work with you. You work with them. They give you information to give to the world. You give it. You write books. Y'all work together. It's not a thing where it's religious or, you know, you're being trapped into anything, but now you're one with nature. You're one with the elements, and now you try to help other people who's also caught up in the mind program and the brainwash, so that they could learn and get out of the mind control and reprogram themselves. That's our purpose in the astral world. For now, I'm gonna just leave it at that because this is getting long enough. I hope this makes sense and can help y'all. You know, I'll take any questions y'all want to ask. Just put it in the comments. Also, too, you know, I'm starting to take University of Conscious Science to the next level. You know, I'm doing everything just walking around with the phone, but I got my PayPal account now. So you can send donations to University of Conscious Science. No space between there, gmail.com. And, you know, I'm going to get new equipment. I want to start doing documentaries to give y'all detail, because y'all not seeing everything that's going on, and there's a lot of stuff hidden, and we need to reveal it. There's no black information. Black is being blackwashed and washed out of the whole society. Soon we're going to be extinct. We have to bring awareness to these things that's going on and facts and numbers to show what's really happening. And I'm going to be able to do that. Only way I'm going to do it is by taking this a little bit more serious. So I'm just letting you know, stay tuned, because this is going to get a lot more stronger, a lot more deeper. And I want y'all to just work with me and believe in me. University of Conscious Science. One love.